I have left two prestigious careers, engineering and management consulting, to become a YouTuber and freelancer, I guess. And in this video, I wanted to have an honest chat about the things no one tells you about how having a job like that can really mess with your mind and ironically keep you from living your best life. So to be honest, I've always been drawn to prestigious careers. It probably comes from not feeling respected as a kid. I was this nerdy kid, smart but also very shy and definitely super uncool. I was teased a lot for the way I looked, dressed, and behaved, and the only positive attention I really ever got from my peers was for being smart because I would help them study for exams or let them copy my homework. So I think this sort of instilled the desire in me to prove them wrong and make a name for myself. And ironically, that has blocked me from freely exploring what I want to do with my life. And I think that might be the case for a lot of people that go for a career like management consulting, that there's something broken inside that they try to fix with outside achievements. Of course, I would have fought you on this when I was going into the job, but now I see it's a big reason why I was drawn to that career. But it's not just the reasons why you go into the job that mess with your mind. It's also just being in that environment that slowly changes you. So you're surrounded by ambitious people. You often hear them referred to as insecure overachievers, which is spot on. And everyone's constantly telling you that being here is the shit. You're special for working there. And they talk about all these alumni that went on to become famous CEOs or build these great companies. And you're also taught to basically worship the people that are above you in the company, like the people who make partner. There's this unspoken rule that whoever has the highest position in the room is the one who does the talking and everyone else listens to them. It doesn't matter if you're going out for dinner together or if you're at a client or at an event, the highest rank is the one who everyone listens to. Even when it comes to like personal stories, you don't even have to be talking about work. And on top of that, you're dressed quite nicely, you're staying in nice hotels, going to expensive restaurants, flying business class, which I had never done before, and you're working with pretty big name clients that you can't talk about because it's so important and so secretive. You can't even tell your colleagues who you're working for. All of this honestly messes with your mind and this identity creeps up on you. I'm ashamed to admit this, but it's the truth. You get this identity of being elite, of being a high achiever, or being part of the people that pull the strings in the world. And everyone acts like it's the most normal thing in the world. So even if you weren't into it at first, at some point you're gonna question your own perception. And if you don't want to live in a constant state of cognitive dissonance, then you kind of have to give into it. Of course, not all prestigious jobs are going to be exactly like this, but I think all of them have some beliefs that they install in you that over time you end up questioning less and less, and that become part of your identity. By the way, I'm working on a secret project related to this. If you feel stuck in a career that's tied to your identity, you're living for the weekends, complaining about your job every night, and you know you need to make a change, but you somehow just can't make it happen, or you don't even know where to start, then this could be interesting for you. I don't have more to share just yet, but I've created an email list which you can sign up for to learn more very soon. And if you sign up, I might also reach out to you to learn more about you and what could help you. I'll put the link in the description. So let's get back to more problems that come with having a prestigious career. You would think that if you get a job that's hard to get into, that other people respect, this will open up all the possibilities for what you want to do with your life. But ironically, it also really narrows your options, at least mentally, because to me it felt like getting this job came with so many expectations attached to it for what I would make of this great opportunity, for what I would do afterwards, or how I would grow my career within McKinsey. I think it's one of the industries with the strongest ladder thinking. Each job has a very clear position in the hierarchy, which I imagine is similar for other professions like investment bankers or lawyers. But I mean, the career ladder is a model we all know and internalize no matter what industry we're in. It's just especially extreme in a job like management consulting. So when I started realizing that I'm maybe not so happy in this job, I thought, what the hell could I even do instead? What job could I take afterwards that isn't gonna feel like a step down, that isn't gonna make me look like a failure. And this might sound like a dumb reason to not leave, but when you consider yourself an ambitious person who always wants to keep growing, then this can feel like a huge deal that genuinely keeps you from considering other career moves that would be better for you. And then, of course, there's other identities and expectations that come with prestigious careers. For example, in engineering, you might not see yourself as part of the world elite, but you still think you're better than other professions, because at least engineering is a real job where you're creating real stuff as opposed to, say, marketing or HR. And especially in manufacturing where I was working, we would look down on, for example, office job people who didn't really understand what was going on the shop floor. On top of that, I was working in the battery industry in a company that was all about sustainability. So you think you're working for an important mission. So you couldn't possibly take a job where you're just building random stuff, right? Or what I've heard from doctors is that they see themselves as saving lives and doing something good for humanity. So even if you don't enjoy the work, it's difficult to say, I don't want to continue helping people. So for all of these, it's like, where do you go from there? And honestly, the only reason I made it out is that I was lucky enough to get fired 1 year ago, which did not instantly free me from that identity. It was a whole journey over the last year, and I'm still working on it. But the difference between where I started 1 year ago and where I'm now identity-wise is night and day. I share more about my past year in this video, so if you're interested to hear what happened after I got fired, you can watch that one next.